Welcome to Instructional Tech Tutorials. In this video, we'll learn about using the various tools in Securely Classroom once you have a class started. As you can see, I have one student active in my class. The other students are not here. So, all of this will affect one student. There are two ways that you can do this. You can impact the whole class at once, or you can impact individual students or a small group of students at once. Let's start by impacting the entire class. You see the tools at the very top of the screen. You have Screen Lock, Site Lock, Push URL, Share Screen, Announce, and Unlock. I'm going to teach you about every single one of these in this video. Let's get started. So let's say I want to lock every student's screen in my classroom, whether it's to get their attention, whether it's to stop them from working on something they're not supposed to be working on, whatever it may be. What I want to do is hover over the Screen Lock button, click on it, and here I can write a custom message. Please stop working and look up at me. You can set this on a timer to release automatically after 5 minutes, or you can unlock it manually yourself. When you're satisfied with the settings, select Lock. The student screen will turn black with an orange circle, as you can see here. This is what the student's screen will look like. Your message will show here, and the students will not be able to navigate away from that screen. To unlock that screen, all you have to do is come over here and select Unlock. You'll see here in a second when this refreshes that their screen has gone back to normal. Another option we can do is Site Lock. Site Lock allows us to lock students within a specific website. So here I can choose from my web links, and I can lock them in any of these options here. So they cannot navigate away from Schoology, but they can navigate inside of Schoology. Same goes for Google Classroom. If I do this option here, they can navigate within Google Classroom, but they cannot navigate away from Google Classroom. You can also force close other tabs. Here you have the option to allow the entire site. I recommend this if you're going to be using more than one page in a website. And you can auto-release after a certain amount of time. Another option is to push a URL. This will be a tool you can use when you want the students to have a specific tab open, and you don't want to have them have to type in the URL if it's a hard one to type in. So I'm going to push out Schoology here to the students by selecting the checkbox and push URL. If the students have the maximum number of tabs available open, pushing a URL will not work. So you need to be sure that when you push the URL, the students don't have the maximum number of tabs open. And as you can see, Schoology is now opened on the student's device. Another option here is for me to share my screen with the student. So if I have something on my screen that I want all the students to see, maybe I'm teaching a math lesson, maybe we're reading something together, and instead of pushing a link out to the students to read it, I'm just going to read it from my screen, and they'll see it exactly as I see it. Here you have two options. I recommend locking students to the screen. Select Continue. I'm going to choose which screen I want my students to be locked in, and I'll share it. I'll go to Tyler's screen here, and now you can see that Tyler is seeing the window that I chose. And as I scroll up and down, you'll see here in a second that this also scrolls up and down. There's a 5-second lag roughly between what I see here and what the students see there. Whenever you're ready to release students from seeing your screen, just select Stop Screen Sharing and then select Yes. You may also send announcements to the students here. Select Announce when you're ready, and you can see here that the announcement that class is ending in 5 minutes has gone through. The student can hover on it, click OK, and the announcement will disappear. At the end of every class, I always recommend selecting the unlock button for all students. When they enter the next class and their teacher is using Securely, your settings will not be affecting the student in their class. So again, just select unlock and then stop class. And that is how you use the tools in Securely Classroom.